go ask, I will complain. I don't understand.
Him to wish you
Smile.
smile.
What's
That's your
your
smile.
lips?
This one they show.
No.
So,
Try your seat there one side.
this one.
That's it.
One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Are we good?
Look here. Mute television.
What's happening?
Just wait.
What?
Can you use the other ear?
Welcome to Global News on Signature TV. I'm Charles Pius. In the headlines, Akwa Ibom's First Lady, Patience Umar Eno, is dead. Nigerian workers confirms receiving the new minimum wage from the federal government. Senate passes bill on establishment of Southwest Development Commission. and U.S. President Joe Biden and Democratic candidate Kamala Harris introduced policy to curb gun violence. Details in a moment. The Akwa Ibom state government has announced the death of Mrs. Patience Umoeno, wife of the governor of the state following an illness. The State Commissioner for Information, Ini Ememobong, who made the announcement in a statement he issued in the early hours of Friday, said the governor's wife died on Thursday in a hospital in the presence of her family members. He said further details will be provided in due course while expressing the appreciation of Governor Umoeno to those who stood by the family in this period. He said the family submits to the will of the Almighty and asks for the prayers and support of kind-hearted individuals during this difficult time. Some federal government workers have confirmed receiving the new national minimum wage this September. The spokesperson of Nigeria Labour Congress, Benson Opa, and the deputy president of the Trade Union Congress, Tomi Etim, disclosed this in a separate statement in Abuja. Reacting to the new minimum wage payments commencement, Upa asks establishments in the country to emulate the example set by the federal government. Etim, on his part, observed that since the consequential adjustments were already released, the templates made available, no one has any moral grounds to delay the payment of the new minimum wage. Some of the federal workers confirmed that they received an additional 40,000 naira to their previous salary as consequential adjustments, which is an indication that over 1.2 million workers under the federal government's pay have begun to receive the new minimum wage. The chairman of the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, Ekbo Nta, had earlier confirmed that the government has approved the upward review of the Consolidated Public Service Salary Structure in line with the Minimum Wage Amendment Act 2024. The federal government has suspended 2 officers at the Kirikiri Medium Custodial Center in Lagos. The officers were suspended following a voice note shared by Martins Osse, popularly known as Very Dark Man, in which Idris Okuneye, known as Bobrisky, claimed that after his conviction and sentencing for abuse of the Naira notes in April, his godfather, in collaboration with the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service, arranged for him to serve his 6-month sentence in a private apartment. Those suspended, according to a memo on Thursday, which was signed by the Secretary of the Civil Defense, Correctional Fire and Immigration Services Board, Jafaru Ahmed, are the Deputy Comptroller of Corrections in charge of Medium Security Custodial Center, Kirikiri, Lagos State, Michael Anogwa, and Deputy Comptroller of Corrections in charge of MSCC Kirikiri, Lagos State, Sikiru Adekunle. According to the memo, an officer serving at the MSCC in Afikpo, Ebonyi State, Obule Obinna, was suspended for accompanying an inmate out of the facility. Another senior officer of the service serving at the Kuje MSCC, Iloafonsi Ikechukwu, was equally suspended for allegedly receiving money on behalf of an inmate. Ahmed, however, said their suspension was to allow proper investigation into the allegations against them. In the same development, the House of Representatives has called for an investigation into the controversy surrounding the detention of Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky. Honorable Patrick Umar, representing Ikotekbane Essien Udim Obot Akara Federal Constituency on Thursday, moved the motion on the need to investigate the disturbing allegations of corruption against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Nigerian Correctional Service in order to save Nigeria from public ridicule. It's not radio, it's television. Supporting the motion, Honorable Olumide Oshoba, representing Abeokuta North Obafemi Owode, Odeda Federal Constituency, proposed an amendment that the House Committee on Financial Crimes and that the reformatory institutions should carry out the investigation. The motion was adopted as amended and referred to the House Committee on Financial Crimes as well as that of reformatory institutions for further actions. The Senate on Thursday passed a bill seeking to establish the Southwest Development Commission following the adoption of the report of the Committee on Special Duties presented by the chairman, Kaka Shehu from Borno State. Shehu, in his presentation, said the bill was designed to drive the social economic development of Southwest through the commission like other development-driven commissions established on zonal basis. The commission, he said, will receive funds from the Federation accounts, donations from the development partners, among others, to address infrastructural deficits and tackle ecological problems in the region. Oh boy. I think he might bag. Oh, that's how he did. That's how he did. Oh, I beg, I find a novel see. Thank you. Deputy President of Senate Barau Jibril, who presided over plenary after the passage, commended the committee for processing the bill, which he said would address the infrastructural and ecological challenges in the Southwest. He said that President Bola Tinubu has assented to similar bills passed for zonal development-driven interventions and will surely assent to the latest one. Similarly, the upper legislative body also approved the appointment of Mrs. Olukemi Victoria Iyoton as one of the commissioners in the National Population Commission (NPC) representing Ondo State. The confirmation of the appointment followed the consideration of the recommendation made to that effect by its Committee on National Identity Card and National Population, Abdul Ningi. Senators approved the recommendation of the committee when it was put to voice votes by Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barao Jibril. Mrs. Yotan will now join other commissioners and the chairman of the NPC to work towards giving the country an acceptable census. The Senate has passed for second reading a bill to establish the Nigerian Mines Rangers Service, NMRS, to combat illegal and artisanal mining in Nigeria. This followed the presentation of the general principles of the bill by the sponsor, Senator Mohammed Onao, at plenary on Thursday. Presenting the general principles of the bill, Onao said the proposed NMRS, when established, would be saddled with the responsibilities of safeguarding mining operations, enforcement of mining environmental and safety regulations. He said that agency would also promote sustainable mining practices in Nigeria. According to him, the proposed Mine Rangers Service, as specialized security outfits, would among others, curb illegal mining across the country, rescue trapped miners, provide emergency medical care, investigate mining accidents, and enforce compliance with mining regulations. Lawmakers who contributed to debate for the bill described the proposed Mine Rangers Service as a veritable outfit to protect and securing the mining sites across the country. Senator Orji Uzokalu said the proposed security outfits would help stop the yearly loss of $18.9 billion by Nigeria to illegal mining. The Deputy President of the Senate, Barao Jibril, who presided over plenary, described the bill as apt, giving the needed protection in the mining sector. The House of